All right, so basically, I know this a little later than what I normally do. Well, my schedule is be all over the place, so but I mainly try to keep it like earlier, but I got a little caught up and stuff. But here now, I actually had something different planned, but I feel like since the time is getting closer, it's pretty much next week. Talk about this new AI ID verification in full instead of leaving it in that little part in the like at the end of when I played Midnight Club. And of course, right off the bat, immediately I'm not for this AI verification or this ID verification because I'm gonna get to the AI part in a second. I wholeheartedly believe that this isn't needed, that we shouldn't require AI. And to be honest, there's really no need for this feature to even be added in the first place since it's not mandated by anything. Like you could like I guess you could say that it's to an attempt to accommodate for the new for what's going on I guess the new like policies within the UK and Europe, but YouTube is a US based platform, and really, and this also, this would affect everywhere else beside, not just this new verification would not only just affect the US. I mean, not just, this affect the UK and the Europe, but it will affect us, Canada, it will affect, and it will pretty much affect everywhere else. And you could say that it's trying to like accommodate for the UK and I think Europe too, but realistically, this isn't backed up by anything. This is mainly YouTube's decision. It's not like the COPPA situation where um they were mandated to do this by law because COPPA was, written in law, and so YouTube was mandated to do this, and it's probably also another reason why they had to um make YouTube Kids. Like really that was to, like I said before, that was really made to appeal to advertisers to show that they care about kids, but at the same time it might have been also because of COPPA as well, or at least when they were like trying to push YouTube Kids back then, it was to appeal, to appease COPPA as well. But now we know it's, they do YouTube fully just neglects it and just act like it doesn't exist. um and these changes, if they really want to implement these changes, they really care about really care about children, then they would have, excuse me, done their best to migrate, what they deem, or I guess whatever will be deemed as like, oh, or like just migrate all the people underage, or at least by Google's standards to own a Google account, to migrate people under 13 to YouTube Kids, keep them there, and then once you're like 13 and up, then you're able to use regular YouTube, because that's how it's always been from, back then. Is, well, you had to be 13 and up to legally, I guess, legally watch YouTube. Like in a sense, you to legally watch YouTube, you have to be 13 and up, because that's what you need to own your own. That's the least you need to own your own Google account. And I can definitely like, that's how it generally was, because when I had back during when I used my Wii U, I couldn't use the YouTube app because I wasn't 13 yet. So I would have to like hop on like the internet browser to use YouTube. I couldn't use the YouTube app at all because I wasn't considered 18. I mean, like 18, 13 yet. And then for me, which it was, I guess it was based off like my actual Nintendo account and not my Google account, because if it was based off my Google account, then I would have been verified, because I'm not gonna selfness, but just know that on my Google account, I'm legally able to watch YouTube and own a Google account. But I guess that was going on by the Nintendo account, so yeah. But really, this, I guess really we all know this this ID verification is basically just to track our just to track what we watch, and track what, what we watch, what we search, and when we search and all that, because they claim that you need either like your ID, like your actual like driver's license, or like state ID. Uh, believe also like a credit, like like there was a third type of verification. I forgot which one it was. I'm pretty sure it's like those two, and then also your credit card to try to verify, which I believe that's very weird, but those are the three that you need. And that's where did they say that too? Because over here, if you're listening, then just watch real fast. If we go over here to uh, I believe it's permissions. No, it was channel right here, and then channel feature eligibility, and then advanced features. Uh, in order to, let's see, appeal content ID claims, external links, embed live streams, create more, test. But as for sure, especially to make money from your videos, you would need, of course, the intermediate features enabled, but it says you need video video clarification, which in their video, when I guess they were like responding to people who, like, just to further clarify, they say you need a picture, but right here it says you need a video. So simply look at your phone's camera and follow the prompts to get quick access to advanced features. After 2 months of channel activity and following our community guidelines, you'll establish channel history and will automatically delete your video. And then you need valid ID. Take a photo of your valid ID like a passport or driver's license. So yeah, you still need your guess you still need your a valid ID to monetize. So instead of a picture, you need like an actual video, which they didn't mention then. You do need an ID, and then of course channel history. But but you only need one of these, not just like, oh, all three. You just need one of these. So realistically, like, if I once I'm ready for monetization, my channel history would be enough. So yeah, but it's still like strange that this is like, it's not really for monetization. This ID verification is to just, oh, you have to, well, if this AI mistakes your account for being under 18, then you would need to, show proof that you're 18 by using like one of these for like the valid ID, or like show a picture, which again, for here it says video verification, so it'll probably like they'll ask you for video instead. But yeah, it's still pretty dumb that now uh we have to fear that AI is gonna mistake uh our channel for being under 18. And really, I feel like that's gonna happen to most channels, including mine, because most channels will fail that check. It depends, depending on how it works. Like, if it's going by the length of the Google account, then maybe. If this AI is going by for how long you created your channel, like when you created your channel, um, that will also be worrying as well because if I can I check through here? Can I check through here through my I guess I would have to go to my actual channel real fast and then check the date because I believe this channel was created in 2014. I didn't upload till like 2016, but this channel will be created in 2014. Yeah, it says I joined in August 30th, 2014. And so really this account will be close, is pushing 11 years old. And if the AI is going off by that, then that will be alarming. That would get my channel uh, under trouble for not being 18. And in order for your YouTube account to be considered 18, you would have had to made it back in 2007 at the very least. It wouldn't have to been made back in 2007, I believe. So that's yeah, very few. If it's going off by that, then very, very, very few would actually pass that check. Um, and then it's also, we're also, we're skeptical that, it's not like, it's manually done again. It's AI doing it, which YouTube's own bots like that help try to regulate the website. They don't even do their job to the fullest extent. They would still like mistake videos for having. They will still like give like false like community guideline warnings or community guideline strikes for stuff that isn't even there. Um, they will like falsely even the Kappa bot will like sometimes will falsely if say like you're reviewing like toys but it's not y- but you even still mark your video as not made for kids. Sometimes the bot will still make your video labeled as for kids. That was a situation I was having with Blender Productions. He does like Sonic animations, but they're not. But clearly, if you watch his videos, they're not really made for children. Children can watch them, but they're not made for them. That's not his target audience. And his issue was dealing with um dealing with the cop about that kept marking his stuff for children, which damaged his his interactions because comments would be disabled, but and some other stuff that messed with his interactions, messed with his views, I believe, messed with his money, I believe as well. It's it's like what I'm saying, like those bots that help try to regulate stuff, they're not even working to their full capacity. They're still making a lot of mistakes and they still need to be fixed. So we for sure do not trust this new AI to determine if we're 18 or not because you can't even do the other stuff properly. And then on top of that, with if they're going to really implement this new change, will that help fix these comment bots that like as soon as you upload a video, you immediately get a comment, and it's like it'd be something or it'd be like some type of like only like some type of bot promoting with like a nude photo or like a provocative photo promoting like OnlyFans or something. It's a whole like YouTube still has a lot to fix and lots to fix with their own bots. So adding a whole new one for something that's gonna be doing a whole lot, like that'd be I guess more demanding. I can't really find the proper words, but you understand what I'm saying. Doing something to this scale, it's like we're not gonna trust. First off, we're not gonna give you our ID anyways, but because we value our privacy, but we don't trust. We're not gonna trust this AI to do its job if your other ones can't fully do their job to the fullest capacity. So Um, and a thing that's worrying as well is the fact that big YouTubers are not really talking about this. And I mean more so like people like I guess Markiplier and Jackson the guy, because they're known for being pretty vocal about when YouTube is in the wrong and YouTube does things wrong or YouTube changes. They're not really being vocal now, which is strange. You have somebody like Moist Critical, excuse me, somebody like Moist Critical, he spoke out about this. I believe some ordinary gamers made the video about this as well. Um, if you guys know Deep Humor, actually go over to I'll go over to his channel right now. Deep Humor has been very, very, very vocal about this. He's been talking about this deeply to deep extent, providing updates, and even to the point where now they're trying to silence him for speaking out about it because he just got a community guideline strike for a video that was 9 months old. Like, hold on, let me go to videos. Nope, nope, nope. But you can see that he, like, since it got announced, he's been on about, he's been on about this whole thing, this whole situation, and even talked about like how YouTube has been, whatever updates or what they've been saying, and they're trying to silence him now because he just got hit with a community guideline strike for somehow child endangerment on a 9-month old video, and they rejected his appeal. So, but other than like him, and then of course like I guess bigger is like Most Critical, and I guess some ordinary gamers. Um, I believe Diesel Patch is talking about it too. You don't really you haven't We haven't seen bigger YouTubers talk about it, which is worrying because this needs to be called out for. It's not just, it can't be just us, like smaller people and, just their viewer bases that don't do YouTube, but just watch videos because it's gonna affect y'all, for sure affect y'all too. It can't be just us fighting against this. Like, we need big voices too. So hopefully they do say something about it soon before the update happens. Unless they're like waiting for the update to happen, which I don't get why, but yeah, it's August 13th is going to be a very strange day, and then like the following days afterwards, just to see what will go down. I'm definitely not going to provide my ID, and that's scary too, because then it's like, how will we, like, if we don't provide our ID, and it's like, will we not be able to like make YouTube videos? And if not, then it's like, well, that's probably me. That it's probably, it's gonna be pretty much all of us getting messed over. But it's a matter of, we'll see. But I'm very against this change, very against it. I don't want to provide my ID for this. Literally, the most YouTube has is my old card, and I say old because that card got hit by a scammer, so I have a new one. But that's the most they have out of me, and then of course whatever is involved within my Google accounts, I'm pretty sure they track that as well. I forgot to mention this earlier too. In the video where they was explaining, trying to explain everything that's coming with these changes. They said that they're not gonna. They said that they're not gonna keep our our ID, our information for advertising purposes. Not just, oh, you give us you give us our information, and it's like, okay, we'll get rid of it completely afterwards. Like, once you give us you give us like your ID, and then you give us your ID we'll verify it and then we'll get rid of it entirely. No, they only said that they'll get rid of it for advertising purposes. Matter of fact, I should go to it just for y'all to see. I'm gonna use Deep Humor's video just to show. If it seems like I amended in this, and it's because I did. I forgot to record the audio for this video, but um, again, shout out to Deep Humor. I hope he doesn't mind me. Again, I hope he doesn't mind me using this video for this, but I just had to redo this to include the audio.
If a user provides their government ID or allows an authorization on their credit card to verify their age, YouTube does not retain data from their ID or payment card for the purposes of advertising.
Oh my God, I feel like I'm being a dick, but hey, better to be safe than sorry, right? Did you guys notice exactly what she said right there? I'll go ahead and play the subtitles over here so you guys can see it. So she said that YouTube does not retain data from the ID that's collected from you for the purposes of advertising. Now, again, I could be totally wrong here, could just be nitpicking, maybe nitpicking semantics or whatever, but what do you mean by purposes of advertising? Shouldn't you not be retaining the ID at all? Like not for any purpose at all? I mean, over here in the video verification section, it says, after you establish enough channel history, then we will automatically delete your verification video that you sent. It says that right over here, word for word. So when you say that, oh, I'm not gonna be retaining this for the purposes of advertising, does that mean that you're gonna be retaining it for other purposes? Again, I hate to nitpick here, but man, this is about like our actual personal information that could be gathered and sold and all this type of stuff. I think it is better to be safe than sorry in these types of situations. I definitely don't like the wording of that. I would have much rather they said something like, we will not retain your data from your ID at all, or we will delete your ID and credit card.
Yeah, they should have clarified that, but um, I guess if they're only mentioning that, then they would have to. Then they're going to be using it for other purposes, and we don't know. We genuinely don't know what other purposes because they haven't said any. They haven't said any other purposes. So they're just going to be holding our information for literally just whatever they please, I guess. Which is scary, very scary for us because it's like if we're gonna be then it's like either if we're gonna be giving you our ID, then it's either don't like okay, you only use it for verification and then just get rid of it afterwards, or be very transparent, to be entirely transparent about what you're gonna be using it for. Don't just say, oh, we're not gonna be using it for advertising purposes and then that's it. Like there's other stuff you can be using it for, and we genuinely need to know. We're not gonna agree with it regardless, but we genuinely still need to know what it's gonna be used for. So that's the worrying, very worrying factor in this. And again, we'll just unless they say some more before the date, before the 13th, really, we just gonna have to see and then just figure some way to thug it out because most people are definitely not gonna give up their ID. But yeah, that's shout out to Deep Humor. I hope he doesn't mind me using this video real quick. But that's really gonna be this video. I just feel like this needed to be talked about on my end too. Because yeah, like I'm not giving up my ID. So but next week's videos I have them planned out already if I'm not busy those weeks. I mean if I'm not busy, like super busy all week next week. So I have them planned out, but with that, I'll see y'all whenever.